Hello, everyone. Welcome to One Liners, a weekly series focused on performance marketing, key influence, and players. My name is Joey Liner of Liner Connections, and I am your host. I am pleased to be here today with my good friend Amanda Farris. I'm going to hand it over to Amanda so she can introduce herself.
Yes, my name's Amanda, as we just covered, and I am the founder and CEO of LinkUnite. So I run the women's organization arm of our industry currently.
It's awesome to see you, my friend. You have been traveling like crazy, like a road warrior the last couple months. What's going on with all these trade shows and, what's the overall sentiment there?
I think it's the year of shows. I really feel like there were more shows this year, and going into next year, there's just even more moving forward. But I think I completed 22 or 23 this year, which is insane. I know, right?
That's crazy.
It's been great though, because I literally got to get FaceTime with pretty much everybody, and conference family is my family. I see them more than I see my actual family. So it's nice to see everyone like once a month or once a quarter and get together for dinner and drinks and catch up on what everybody's up to and what their goals are moving forward. So it's just kind of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. And speaking of dinners, I've seen you on LinkedIn at a couple CEO dinners at some of those shows, which seems like it's a trend. You're the only female at the table. What's that like?
It is actually really amazing. So it's fun to be included, and to be able to go. But I think hearing diversified opinions is always clutch, especially in this industry. So I think we get enough from each other at the same time. Like I'm listening to what they're focused on, kind of how they run their businesses, and the same turn, they're giving me time to talk about what my initiatives are and what they want, how they can help. That's the beautiful part. Is as soon as I tell them what I'm doing, they're immediately, how do we get involved and how can we send our girls and how can we help push that narrative forward. So it's interesting being the only girl there, but at the same time it's interesting to essentially, I guess, I wouldn't say lay a path forward, but kind of just be there to sort of put the bug in the ear to say, hey, these are things that we should focus on, and what are the next steps for that.
Yeah, that's a lot of courage, man. I admire you to do exactly what you just said. You gotta listen, you gotta get the word out, And so let's talk about Link Unite because that is your baby now. And really, I want, I was fortunate enough at DMS to work with a lot of powerful women across the organization. Two of them co-founded Women of Martech, Kathy Bryan, Melissa Ledesma. Sorry, Melissa, and they taught me a lot, and I wanted to do everything I can to help promote Women of Martech and be an ally. What's going on with Link Unite? Let's tell everybody what you're doing.
Yeah, so essentially, Link Unite is more of a in-person event. So we really focus on collecting the individuals, collecting the tribe, and actually getting together in a retreat style format. So it's less conference format, not as many sessions and speakers or suits, so to say. We really get together, and the idea of bringing together these, I would say, executive level women up is that they have business stories to share, they have experiences to share, they have books of business, and when you give them the opportunity outside of a 2 hour dinner or a happy hour to really combine their thought processes and their initiatives, in a less formatted environment, you kind of see the organic nature, the kind of amorphic nature of their minds. They're like, oh, I didn't really think about that. How do I go do X, Y, and Z? Or if I want to start my own company, somebody there knows how to do seed funding and Series A and Series B, or I need a contact at this, company. How do I go about, getting my foot in the door? And everyone sort of has something to contribute. And that hive mind is really what drives the initiative forward. So Link Unite is really centralized on this idea of like, we're better together, and giving them the format and the opportunity to actually be together and form bonds they wouldn't naturally get to do in those traditional formats.
That's so cool. Yeah, I'm so proud of you for making so much progress from where you are today with Link Unite, and there's so much more ahead. Speaking of so much more ahead, I think I've heard from you and from other folks, being brutally honest here, that women are coming to talk to you about some serious, serious stuff, like uh, being approached at shows inappropriately, which is nothing new, but it sucks, and or contract negotiations, salary. This is great that there's a forum for women to be able to come to you in a safe place to do that, but we have to do better as a whole in performance marketing.
Right. Right. And I think that what's nice about the I wouldn't, it's just, it's an environment that's inclusive. So I think when people get together, again, in this, it's less traditional format, they're willing to share stories. So we spend a lot of time together just talking about how we got in the industry, things that we've experienced. And there's more women now than there ever have been, at least in my experience in this industry. So getting together and actually sharing stories about, I would call it best practices, but how to stay safe. So things that they've experienced in the past, it's if you can pass along those stories or just those best tips to people coming along, behind you, it really helps them navigate the space without having to, have the same experiences, which we definitely don't want. And that's not to say that the behavior doesn't have to be curved, but at the same time, giving people the opportunity to learn from one another. Again, you're better together and you can learn from one another much quicker. And we can protect those that are coming into the space that are a little bit newer as well. So it's kind of like taking them under your wing and teaching them everything that and just, accelerating that timeline, so to say.
Yeah, and there's a whole new wave of in the workforce, right? Like you're seeing
Right.
that too now firsthand in some of the shows, which is amazing. It's cool. It's like the effect after the pandemic of just seeing people out there now, a whole new stream in the workforce, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so what do you need? What do you need to expand Link Unite today? Like tell us more. I know you have a big event upcoming, and you're getting out at the shows and talking to sponsors and stuff. What else can we do to help get the word out?
Yeah, and I think that utilizing, the social channels and being able to get on, shows like this and coming out and doing podcasts and video series and really word of mouth. Everything is really word of mouth with us. So I think the more people they come, they experience, they see what we're trying to do. And then we have our male allies like you, Joey, and
Yeah.
all of our guys, even our, all male company sponsors that are, getting involved and sending women from their company. The idea is that just, when they come and see, they initially think of 5 other people that would be a great fit. And through that network of good people, they're referring other good people. So it's really just having the opportunity to get out and talk about it as much as possible. We're always looking for those, opportunities, people producing content, publishing articles, whatever it is that we can do to get the word out, to really just have people reach out to us that want to be involved. And same thing from a partnership standpoint is the more partners that we have involved, they tell other people about, hey, did you hear about this? This is what we did for them. Going to CEO dinners, those kinds of things, that really helps us push that narrative along. And, this all started in 2018 with an idea, just walking around a show. And I approached Sarah Malo, who is like my, best friend in the industry. And I was like, hey, why doesn't this exist? And it's me and her collaborating on ideas, and Debbie Conrad, from
Yeah.
Lead Group, her and I sitting in Denver, scribbling names down on a napkin. I mean, everything has just been so organic. And I love that nature about it, because it's the good people who are juggernauts in the space. They've been around, they're industry vets, and you're really just building it off of word of mouth with the great people that are in the industry, because there are so many wonderful people in this industry.
Exactly right. There's so much talent and so much collaboration within some great minds, and you guys
Absolutely.
work together. You backed into something amazing, and you're just getting started, which is so cool.
I know, it's
Um,
a hive mind. I love it.
yeah. So you have so much courage and confidence, like at the same time. I feel it here talking to you, but I've known you now and just our interactions and just like the way you carry yourself. You're, to me, a great leader. Tell us a little bit about more about you, because like you just told me before we got on air that you love to listen to the symphony.
Yeah. So I'm a nerd at heart in reality that just, ends up in marketing. And it was nice that I could kind of blend the two, but it's nice to have, like, I had one of the Link Unite girls in town this past weekend, and it's just, you find out things about each other. Like, we went to a magic show on Friday, and I have people that want to go to the symphony and that enjoy those things, or cooking classes. And so again, you form a family. It's not just an event. It's a family that you have that's sort of an international community. And that's the idea, is we really want to expand the borders on this, but it's anything and everything we can do together, we want to, because we all speak the same language, we're the same type of mindset, we're all hungry, right? And I think that the more people involved, the better. And for me, it's like I'm naturally extroverted, as you can tell. So for me, it's just perfect, because I can go out and all I have to do is really talk to people and listen to stories and figure out how to connect the dots. And I think that that's going to be, again, the evolution of LinkUnite. But within the industry itself, it's just, I'm happy to collaborate new brands, new ideas, and however I can carry that narrative forward, and whatever I need to do, it's a space that's deserved for women, and I will do everything in my power to make that happen. So
I have no doubt. I've no doubt, and I'm excited to witness it. I'm excited to help participate as an ally. And I'm 2023 is going to be a game changer. I think, like I was talking to Matt Tillman last week, we're getting better. We have a lot more we can do within, within our space as a whole. But I'm excited to see how this event goes for you guys coming up, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you afterwards.
Yeah.
What's the best way for everybody to get in touch with you?
So I'm old school. I'm a texter. So my phone number and my email and everything are available. And I'm
Love it.
LinkedIn is always, I think, the tool of choice in our industry. But always on LinkedIn. Anytime someone reaches out, I'm always available. Text me, call me, Instagram, any of the social channels. I would say follow us and reach out, or just be engaged, comment on stuff. That's how we get in touch with people. We love to engage with everyone in as many means as possible. But I would say definitely keep an eye out for 2023, because we've got strong collaboration on the horizon and doing some big things for next year. So right now we're just in gearing up for December. It's our events comes up December 12th through the 15th. So it's go time right now. We're
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
exciting.
And I'll see you in San Diego right after that for Lead
Yeah.
Generation World. So
Yep.
thank you so much for joining me. Episode 3 here. You rock. I'm so excited for you and Sarah and the team. Looking forward to hearing how it goes. But for all my followers, please go ahead and follow Link Unite. And if there's a way to help participate, please do so. Thanks again, Amanda.
Absolutely. Thank you, Joey. It's good to see you, love.